Captain, you are requested to alter course to 190. If you do not comply, we will compel compliance with force. This is Warship 45. We will monitor your course for compliance at this time. Warship 45 standing by on 16 out.
Trump's biggest fear becomes a reality in Hormuz? Is the relentless blockade hurting US more than Iran? Officials say dozens of vessels have been redirected, but Iran's energy trade has not been completely halted. Washington is under growing pressure as Iran adapts its shipping routes despite the naval campaign. The latest developments highlight the continuing struggle to disrupt Iran's oil exports through regional waters. CENTCOM said US forces continue to strictly enforce the maritime blockade against Iranian shipping. As of August 3rd, CENTCOM said it had redirected 44 vessels, disabled 2 vessels, and boarded 2 others during enforcement operations. Meanwhile, UANI claimed no Iranian oil tanker had successfully evaded the US blockade since July 12. The advocacy group said tankers carrying Iranian oil and petrochemical cargoes were queuing off Iran's coast awaiting transit. UANI estimated that 66 tankers departed the Gulf of Oman after the June 14 US-Iran Memorandum of Understanding, according to Iran International. The organization said those shipments carried about 80 million barrels of oil and generated more than $6 billion for the IRGC. UANI claimed the revenue was being used to support Iran's missile and drone programs despite ongoing sanctions. The group added that Chinese purchase volumes remained undisclosed, while Iranian crude continued to be sold at discounted prices. Another day, another mysterious strike has shaken commercial shipping in the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. Who is targeting commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz as another cargo ship reports being struck by an unknown projectile? Yet another vessel has come under attack as tensions continue to rise over control and security in the Strait of Hormuz. A cargo vessel near Oman's coast has reported being hit by an unknown projectile, prompting an urgent investigation by the UK Maritime Trade Operations. United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations statement read, and I quote, UKMTO has received a report of an incident 20 nautical mile northeast of Al-Qasab, Oman. A cargo vessel has broadcasted on VHF 16 that they have been hit by an unknown projectile. Authorities are investigating. Vessels are advised to transit with caution and report any suspicious activity to UKMTO. Unquote. Another ship, another mysterious blast. Who is trying to send a message through attacks on commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz? Is the Strait of Hormuz still a vital global trade route, or is it rapidly turning into one of the world's most dangerous maritime flashpoints? Projectiles, explosions, and growing panic at sea. Who really controls security in the strategically crucial Strait of Hormuz now?
So where are the Iran talks, and what are your requirements?
Well, you'll find out today or tomorrow. I mean, they're going to go quickly, one way or the other. It's not very complex. We're talking about the strait, the opening of the strait, having it open literally by tomorrow, completely open. And that's phase 1. And phase 2 is we then will talk about the nuclear capacity, the nuclear, as we've been mentioning. Basically, it's, I think, the denuclearization of Iran. Has to happen. And that'll be the second phase. But the first phase is the opening of the straits. The second phase will be the denuclearization, and that'll take a little while. But we're very strong on it. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Would Iran be willing to return to fully free navigation of the
It has to be. I'm not going to let them charge.
Would you
If anybody's going to charge, we'll charge. We're the one that has we have total control. You know, we have a thing called a blockade with his Navy. And that Navy is, they call it a wall of steel, the United States wall of steel. And no, there's not going to be charging. We're not talking about charging at all. There won't be charging.
We will, by no means, allow the second corridor in the Strait of Hormuz. We won't allow the second corridor to open. Even if they deploy warships, we will target them. What is important to the supreme leader is that the Americans should change their behavior. What does that mean? That we should see signs of new change in their behavior. As soon as they commit to these conditions, these 4 to 5 conditions as a starting point, which they had already started for a few days, if they begin to do that, we will see that as a sign of their changing behavior. You think that we can tolerate the naval blockade? There will certainly be serious dangers to the U.S. ships and bases. We sit back and watch the U.S. continue the naval blockade and not take any steps towards Iran's conditions? Stay just like this? Certainly not.
Linked reopening the Strait of Hormuz to renewed US-Iran negotiations, according to the Associated Press. The proposal also called for a halt to military attacks across the region as part of a broader diplomatic initiative, AP reported. According to the Associated Press, the plan envisaged reopening the Strait of Hormuz as part of a wider package aimed at reducing tensions. A regional official involved in the mediation efforts said the proposal had been presented to both Washington and Tehran. The official told the Associated Press that no final agreement had yet been reached between the United States and Iran. The official added that mediation efforts were continuing as diplomats worked to narrow the remaining differences between the two sides. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most critical oil choke points amid continuing tensions in the Gulf region. Notably, President Trump has delayed or cancelled planned military strikes against Iran at least 10 times since February 28. March 21. 48-hour ultimatum. Trump threatened strikes on Iran's electrical infrastructure and issued a 48-hour deadline. March 23, 5-day delay. He postponed the planned strikes, citing progress toward a possible diplomatic resolution. March 26, 11-day extension. The deadline for attacks on Iranian electrical facilities was extended by another 11 days. April 5 to 8. Mediation pause. Strike deadlines were repeatedly extended and suspended during talks that led to a temporary ceasefire. May 19, 1 hour away. Trump said he was an hour away from ordering a major strike before deciding to postpone it. June 11, tonight strike cancelled. He threatened a major attack tonight, but called it off just hours later as negotiations resumed. Late June, early July. Posture adjustments. Military plans were repeatedly revised following the collapse of the June 17 Interim Memorandum of Understanding. August 2, 2-week suspension. Trump paused a new round of planned infrastructure strikes with less than 2 hours remaining before his self-imposed deadline. Condition for the pause. Reopening the Strait of Hormuz remained the key condition, with military action still possible if negotiations failed.